What if I told you there's another world out there with rivers, lakes, and rain? It's not Mars. It's not Venus. This isn't science fiction, it's real. But here's the catch. You can't drink the liquid from its lakes. This place is called Titan. It's Saturn's biggest moon. It's the only place besides Earth where liquids flow on the surface. But what makes Titan so special? How can a moon so far from the sun have rivers and lakes? And what secrets do these strange seas hold? Let's start at the beginning. A scientist named Christian Huygens first saw Titan in 1655. He had no idea he was looking at one of the coolest worlds in our solar system. Today, we know Titan is unique. It's the only moon with thick air around it. It's also the only world besides Earth with liquids on its surface. Titan is huge. It's bigger than Mercury. It's almost 50% wider than Earth's moon. But size isn't what makes it special. What makes Titan different is its thick blanket of air. This air is made mostly of nitrogen and methane. Methane is like the gas we use for cooking, but on Titan, it acts like water does on Earth. The air around Titan is actually thicker than Earth's air. If you stood on Titan's surface, you'd feel more pressure than on Earth. It would be like being 50 feet underwater in a swimming pool. Here's where things get really interesting. On Earth, our weather works with water. Water turns into clouds. It falls as rain. It flows in rivers to the ocean. On Titan, the same thing happens with methane. Think of it this way. Imagine Earth's water cycle, but replace all the water with liquid gas. That's what Titan's weather is like. Titan is super cold. The temperature is around -179 degrees Celsius. That's cold enough to freeze nitrogen solid, but at these freezing temperatures, methane acts just like water does on Earth. It turns into gas from lakes. It forms clouds in the sky. It falls as rain. This rain carves river channels. It fills huge lakes at the top and bottom of the moon. How big are these lakes? Titan's largest sea is called Kraken Mare. It's bigger than the Caspian Sea. That's Earth's largest lake. Picture a body of liquid methane stretching for hundreds of miles. It's deeper than a 30-story building, is tall. If you could stand on Titan's shore and look out, the view would disappear into that orange, hazy sky. Scientists have found 3 major seas on Titan. They're called Kraken Mare, Ligeia Mare, and Punga Mare. But these aren't the only liquid bodies. There are dozens of smaller lakes scattered around Titan's cold regions. Some are over 300 feet deep. Some are 10 kilometers wide. These lakes sit on high ground. They're fed by rainfall. They might also be fed by underground springs of liquid methane. For years, scientists wondered something. Are these lakes smooth like glass? Or do they have waves? It's hard to answer this question. Titan is almost 1 billion miles away. Some researchers thought Titan's lakes would be perfectly calm. Others thought winds might stir up gentle waves. NASA's Cassini spacecraft finally gave us the answer. Titan's lakes do have waves. They're tiny ones, just a few millimeters high most of the time. But near coastlines, the waves grow bigger. They can reach up to 5 millimeters in height. That might not sound like much, but it shows that the lakes are active. Think about what this means. On a moon almost 1 billion miles from the sun, winds are blowing. They're blowing across seas of liquid methane. This creates ripples and currents. It's like Earth's oceans, but with completely different chemistry. Titan's story gets even stranger. On Earth, rivers usually form deltas when they meet the sea. Deltas are fan-shaped areas. Rivers drop sand and dirt there. But Titan's rivers almost never do this. Scientists have found something surprising. Only about 1.3% of Titan's big rivers have deltas. On Earth, almost every major river has one. Why is Titan different? The answer might be that sea levels change quickly. Strong currents might prevent sand from settling. Winds might also stop deltas from forming. The Cassini mission studied Saturn and its moons from 2004 to 2017. It changed how we understand Titan. The spacecraft used radar to see through the moon's thick air. Cassini mapped river networks. It measured how deep the lakes were. It even saw seasonal changes. Lakes filled and emptied over Titan's long seasons. A single season on Titan lasts more than 7 Earth years. A full year takes 29 Earth years. Here's where Titan becomes even more interesting. Scientists who study life are excited about this moon. The methane in Titan's air is a mystery. Sunlight should break down methane quickly, but the air is full of it. Something must be adding new methane all the time. What could it be? Scientists think this might happen through ice volcanoes. These aren't like volcanoes on Earth. Instead of hot rock, they shoot out cold water and methane. but scientists aren't sure if this is really what's happening. There's another amazing possibility. Under Titan's icy surface, there's probably an ocean. This ocean is made of liquid water mixed with salts. This hidden ocean is about 35 to 50 miles below the surface. This water ocean could be a place where life might exist. Meanwhile, the surface lakes of liquid methane might support different kinds of life. These would be life forms very different from anything on Earth. They could live in liquid methane instead of water. Scientists think something interesting about life on Titan. If life does exist in the underground ocean, there wouldn't be very much of it. There might be just a few pounds of living things in the entire ocean. That's less than one tiny cell per liter of water. It would be very hard to find, but the idea that two completely different types of life could exist on the same world is exciting. What would it be like to visit Titan? If you could somehow survive the cold, you'd find yourself in a strange world. You'd see huge fields of dark sand dunes. This sand is made of particles that look like coffee grounds. You'd see methane rain falling from orange clouds. This rain fills rivers that flow into seas. The gravity would feel strange. It's only 14% of Earth's gravity. You'd feel incredibly light, almost like floating. NASA's Dragonfly mission will give us our closest look at Titan yet. It's scheduled to launch in 2028. It will arrive at Titan in 2034. This helicopter-like spacecraft will fly across Titan's surface for 2 years. It will take samples. It will search for signs of life. Dragonfly will explore different parts of Titan. It will visit methane lakes and dark sand dunes. Are we alone in the universe? Titan suggests the answer might be more complicated than we thought. This moon shows us something important. Places where life could exist might be very different from what we expected. Life might exist in hidden water oceans. It might also exist in strange methane seas. Life might find a way to survive in surprising places. If you enjoyed this trip to Titan's strange seas, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We have more space adventures that show us amazing worlds beyond Earth.